We're live. Okay, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Art in the Basin. Wow, we have a full cafe. So happy everybody came out on a Tuesday night. I'm Amy Joy. Let me introduce the man who will guide you through this hour type. All right. Help me welcome author of 4 novels, including my favorite, Second Acts. You can find that on Amazon. Once known as the minor god in the Chicago poetry scene, Tim W. Brown. Come on, let's hear it for him.
Thanks, everyone, for coming out tonight. As Amy Joy mentioned, it is Tuesday, so you're out here on a Tuesday. Not only that, but it is Fat Tuesday, Mardi Gras, right? So I expect everyone in here to drink a lot and eat a lot. And if you smoke, do that a lot too. Yeah, outside. Anyway, thanks for coming out. This is our only monthly meetup here tonight, this month. We'll be back in April. Hopefully I'll have some details, or we will have details about that at some point. But April will mark our 8th anniversary of existence. And our all 8 years here at Montmore Coffee and Wine. They've been wonderful hosts over the years. So please do support them. Order food and drink. Like I said, it's Mardi Gras. And yeah, we'll see you next month. I guess we have 3 dates because there are 3 every other Tuesdays in April. Imagine that. For like a short month even, right? Weird. Anyhow, it being Fat Tuesday or Mardi Gras, I thought I'd read a poem to commemorate this. It's by Linda Krushke. I guess I pronounced that right. We call it Fat Tuesday. It's the day we eat, drink, and be merry. For tomorrow we shall die, or maybe only die at. We sacrifice the things we love, chocolate, sweets, coffee, bread, maybe our favorite TV shows. We attempt by our sacrifice to understand the passion of Christ, his suffering, his sacrifice for us. He really did die, not just diet. For 40 days, we sacrifice as if we were wandering in the wilderness, hungry and tired. But each night we sleep in our own warm, cozy beds with our stomachs full, even if not with our favorite treats. Can we ever truly understand? Perhaps not. For today, let's just eat. Everybody. Linda Krushke. Okie dokie. Well, let's get right to the entertainment tonight. And entertaining it will be. We have a couple of writers and a little bit of short open mic for people here in the room and on Zoom. Our first poet is Azure, who's a Latinx poet born and raised in the Bronx. That's where we are here, Bronx, New York, 10463. They write about grief, nature, and love all through a queer and trans lens. In their free time, you can find Azure testing a new recipe, crying on public transportation. Hey, I think that was that you I saw crying on public transportation? Oh, okay. Annoying their older sister with their latest shenanigans and staring at the moon in awe. Everybody, please welcome Azure.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me okay? Yeah. All right. I guess I'm also talking into this mic as well. Oh, thank you. No, I know. I'm going to keep it like this. This first poem is dedicated to my friend Tana Edie. She's over there, and I love her very much. And it's about resilience. It's called Every Day a Miracle, Every Day You. Opportunities arise to realize the shit that used to scare you into submission no longer has a foothold in the foundation of agency you clawed into the earth. The blood and broken fingers, shimmering tearful sweat that made the home of you so absolute and vicious, a frothing animal refusing to cower and whimper, were not for nothing. That every scream as a mainline burst, trying to drown you in liquid cement, was not exiting into a void, rather lifting to the sky, a prayer, a hymn, a ritual. What a tangible miracle of your own making to become someone who protects yourself. Yesterday, I dropped a dish and it broke, scattered and scampered under the counter. No one yelled. I picked up the pieces, I swept under the counter, and I remember. Today, a woman who reminds me of my mother yells the same way, and I remember. And tomorrow, I remember. I'm honored to become someone I needed. This next one is called My Mother's Guardian even follows her. My mother's guardian angel even follows her to New Jersey. Dad's in the hospital, and mom's got an angel watching over her. Mama says God has to be watching. All that is holy resides above her shoulder and to the right. A seraphim, bright, lovely, transcendent, omniscient. A real New Yorker, though. Kind, but not nice. Holds the elevator open, doesn't say hello. Vigilant. Mama says, there I was in front of a deli, stranded, empty-handed, waiting for the bus, a halted ghost, never to come. Then the angel brought me a woman. She drifts to me, puts a finger to my forehead to smooth the wrinkle between my brows. Aimless wandering is holy, child, but eventually we all come to the altar. You are lost so you can be found, so you can be saved. The woman calls her friend who drives a cab, promises he will take my mother to the hospital. She drifts away, carefully, surely. Mama says God has to be watching, and he gave me an angel. All that is holy resides above her shoulder and to the right. A seraphim, bright, lovely, transcendent, omniscient. A real New Yorker, though. Kind but not nice. Shoves past shoulders of slow walkers. Knows the bodega workers by name. The backfire of a dented muffler signals the arrival of the man who waves to my mother. He motions her into the front seat like an old friend. Put your hand out. Trust the guide to know when you need to become a grateful receiver. When they arrive, the curb welcomes her, an almost destination. The man bids her goodbye, drives off, drifts into the distance carefully and surely onto the next. Mama says, put your hand out. You are lost, you will be saved. When we give, we receive. When we wait, we are humbled. My guardian angel is kind but not nice, spends the day hovering above my shoulder and to the right. A seraphim, bright, lovely, transcendent, omniscient, a real New Yorker. Shoulders the burden of caring while weary, a weight of temperance, follows me to New Jersey and complains the whole way. Thank you. So this next one, we're going through the stages of grief, maybe. This is anger. It's called The Body in the Sunroom. A concrete poem is written and stylized to represent what the subject of the poem is. I think about the small room I spend so much time just existing in. The room is a concrete poem. The bookshelf hides a door. The door leads to a kitchen. Even if the bookshelf were moved, the cabinets would refuse you entry. The sound plummets to a murmur. The light stops at a point. The body is a concrete poem, one which struggles to form coherent shapes as it shifts uncomfortably between hiding and being seen, inevitable. The room and the body are a concrete poem. The body is the passenger, the room a stubbornly held together duct tape vehicle. The room is known as the sunroom. It gets the most light. The body is known as the body in the sunroom, sometimes known as the feral dog in the sunroom, the child in the sunroom, the daughter in the sunroom, the stranger in the spare room. The body in the sunroom is fixed by the bookshelf, wearing a hole into its enclosure, waiting. Sometimes it's pacing, sometimes it's seething angry red. The sun is setting. I am breathing. The room is blue, but never the body, never the body, never the body, never the body. This next one, very dear to my heart, a lot about transition and gender, maybe God. It's called Relic, noun. Relic, an object esteemed and venerated because of association with a saint or martyr, a trace of some past or outmoded practice, custom, or belief. My mother is holding the relic of my girlhood aloft in prayer. Maybe she thinks it needs to find God, doing it a favor by exposing its shuttered face to the sky, just in case it forgot to look up before fading into dormancy. I tried burying the relic of my girlhood in the nearby river so that it might erode, fragment, dissolve into where it crawled from. But my mother confronts me, soggy, dripping, vestigial martyr between her lovingly rough and calloused hands, begging me to bring it back to its former glory. But I told her, I am no god she is familiar with. In my hands, the relic will only find a proper burial. And so, child beloved praised, growing, changing, listening, nostalgia keeper, forfeit present, speaking, changing, growing, unknown feral child. Okay. This last one, and I thank you for your time. This is my first ever open mic feature. Thank you. um, this one is a bit more hopeful. It's called We Are All Just Mobile Trees. I was meant to live through seasons. I need change while it seems I'm standing still. I need the reminder I will be green again. I will be red and yellow and bare and vulnerable, cold before muggy, before sweating, before temperate. I'm a tree dude, and also I'm the ocean. I'm that mouse scampering to hide, that weed in the concrete refusing to die, but also the crunchy leaf on the trodden path. I'm that guy digging toes into the grass, sometimes the girl crying at the rainy sky. I don't know, man. I'm just like here, a guy in the smoke room breathing, blessing and a curse, annoyingly infinite. I am my own God, and I'm still desperately trying to find him. Thank you.
Right. Thank you, everybody. Give it up for Azure. Wow. First feature tonight. Well, we're honored to have you here. Thank you so much for coming out and congratulations. And wow, seems like you've been doing this all your life being a feature. So thank you. We do hope to have you back here again. Wow. Okay. So Ron Mark's getting his stuff together here. Looks like we have a number of accoutrements to go with his his reading. So anyway, oh, sorry, I forgot that. Sorry. Yeah, thank you for the clipboard, because that has the all-important Ron Mark bio. Right? Bronxite, Ron Mark Thompson is a writer, playwright, performer, producer, technician, event host, visual artist, and occasional poet. His art, short plays, and written works have been published in online and in-print magazines, 6 of the current 8 Bronx Memoir Project anthologies, the Love Letters to Gaia book, and Art Defines Flip the Script Showcase. Ron also facilitated 2 New York Public Library weekly writing circles in Manhattan and the Bronx, hosts workshops, works with the Bronx Art and Fun Hub and New Yorican Poets Cafe organizations, and previously featured at Art in the Basin. Yes, that is here. He's been here several times and a longtime friend of ours. In Art Defines Poetic Fair, as well as on stage in the NYC Poetry Festival in 2022 and 2024. Everybody, please welcome back to the Art in the Basin stage, Ron Mark. All right. Oh, here we are. Okay.
I'm obsessed with bringing smiles to people and to be good. I want them to be happy and content. as only they should. I'm obsessed with wanting people to stop fighting about the silliest things. I admit I myself am boiling with rage, how unfair the world sometimes stings. I'm obsessed with wanting so desperately to play an instrument. I only wish my obsession would turn into an actual talent. Why don't they make easier instruments for novices like me to rent? I'm obsessed with holding my own mic. Thank you, Amy. Okay, it really doesn't matter how desperate or obsessed I am until I actually take some music lesson. I'm just a scam. In the meantime, please put a big smile onto your face. Remember, I'm obsessed with bringing happiness into your space. There's nothing more sexy than a smile. Let's have some fun. Hey, maybe I myself will eventually get lucky to find that special one. Maybe then I can turn my obsession into a life of happiness for myself. I can be satisfied and content and put away sadness onto the shelf. For now, you are stuck with me obsessing to make you happy and content. Remember, it is all in good faith and it is only well meant. I hope you chuckled and laughed a little this past minute with me tonight. I wish that my obsession will leave you happy and shiny and bright. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. My name is Ron, or my full stage name, as Tim mentioned, is Ron Mark Thompson. I should respect and use the first and middle names for Amy Joy and Tim Walter. I don't know what the W stands for. I'm just making this up right now. It's one of my family members' name is Walter, but I'm so happy to be here. On the flyer, you may have seen that, hey, Becky, come on in, come on in. You may have seen, it's so green and it says Happy St. Patrick's Day. Well, St. Patrick's Day is not till next weekend. I'm not Irish, but I did wear a green sweater and I hope to make you happy. Hey, we're in the right place. If you want to drink, feel free, the bar is open. It's like, so thank you, Mon Amour, for having us as well. So tonight, I'm actually glad you're all here because our favorite politician tonight apparently is holding the State of the Union address. Maybe if we're lucky, we'll get out of here and get home on time. I don't know, But he is our favorite because he got those prices of eggs down. When I looked at the carton in the store yesterday, it was like $2. Okay, maybe I didn't wear my glasses, so maybe it was $200. I don't know, But he ended the wars all over the world. He is amazing. What's not to like about him, Anyway, maybe that's the beginning and the end of my comedy career. So let me get back to my poems then instead, So actually what I'm going to bring you, I'm going to try to cheer us up as best as possible because these political times is just too crazy. There is one piece, the next piece I'm going to read, it's literally new. We call it new shit. I wrote it yesterday. It's still a draft. But I'm going to try to get less serious afterwards, just like my co-feature here ended us on a happier note, though. So this poem is still a draft, and it's meant sarcastically, and it's called Prayer. Prayer seems to be the latest rage. Prayer seems to be the answer to many things these days. If you get sick, just pray to recover quickly. If you don't have enough money to pay your rent, just pray for a windfall to come. Side note, I prayed many times to win the lottery. Didn't happen. Maybe I didn't pray hard enough. But after last year's lackluster winter, I prayed hard for some snow. And indeed, the white flakes fell down quite a few times this season. What a flow. However, I admit, yesterday I prayed for good weather today, so I would not have a reason to not show up here. Otherwise, it would have been an excuse for my anxiety. If you're about to take an exam, just pray to pass. Forget to study for it. Praying is more effective, I guess. If you're gay, just ask your parents or the Republicans to pray the gay away. If there's a mass shooting, just offer thoughts and prayers, and everyone will go on with their day. If you prayed for the election last year to go your way, congratulations, you got it. And he is now here to stay and stay. I really should try prayer more in my life. I should get aboard, but I'm going to chicken out before I get into trouble with the Republicans and the Lord. I'm going to stop my poem here. More words at the moment I cannot afford. And that's it for this. All right. Thank you. Thank you for indulging me. Susan is in the waiting room. Can we let her in? Okay, I can continue. Okay. Hello, everyone in Zoom, by the way. Okay, here's a poem I wrote in 2019. I don't even remember writing poems before the pandemic, but here is one. Why do I, and it's called Why. Why do I always help others but refuse to accept assistance? Why do I give advice but rarely take my own? Why do I assist others with organizing yet leave my own place in a mess? Why do I encourage my friends to succeed yet neglect goals of my own? Why do I wish love for the deserved but have not yet found the one in my life? Why do I want the best health for my family, but keep skipping the gym too often? Why do I marvel at the lives of others and pretend happiness on my own social media? Why do I see the greener grass on the other side of the fence, but don't cherish the colors in my own backyard? Why do I look at others and wish to be them when I have a self of my own to become? Yes, why don't I? And that's the poem Why. And that was 5 years ago, and I promise I've become better since then. Like I don't ask too many why. Thank you. But it's just a reminder of where I used to be 5 years ago, So, all right. Tim mentioned the anthology Love Letters to Gaia. This was done during the pandemic. Some of my fellow writers from the New Eurekan Poets Cafe and The Word is Right and Vocabulary, they put together a Love Letter to Earth Gaia book. And I have a picture on here, a photo, and a poem, which I'm going to read, and it's called Remember Nature. And this is when we used to be in lockdown, if some of us still remember. I remember the colorful sights of tulips in the spring. I remember the pleasant smell of lilies and roses. I remember the sounds of the birds in the sky. I remember the innocence, the purity, the clarity. I remember the undisturbed swaths of land. I remember fishes swimming up and down the streams. I remember when we took advantage of all that beauty. I remember when we didn't appreciate the gifts Mother Nature gave us. I remember the plastic and trash we littered all over her terrain. I remember the soaring heat we caused. I remember the rising waters, the hurricanes unleashed upon us. I also remember that virus traveling to all corners of the world. I then remember when our attitudes changed, when we were stuck indoors, when the pandemic changed our lives. And then I remember when we suddenly longed for walks in the park. I remember when we wanted to breathe fresh air again. I remember when we wanted to sit in the grass instead in front of Zoom. I remember when we started respecting our earth anew. I remember when we remembered that we only have one planet to live on. I remember when we finally remembered that nature should never be taken for granted again. Thank you. All right, thank you so much for this. I want to give a big shout out to Eric Rosenbaum. He's been helping me so much. We both are in this showcase deep dive, which is stage plays. I'm going to try to write more stage plays next year. If Amy and Tim feature me again, I'll promise to bring a stage play that, you know. So, but I'm going to end, I see time-wise, I'm going to end with one poem, with a cheerful poem. And this poem is for all the writers in the room and all the creators, anyone who wants to create something. And I call this, and I wrote this a few years ago, and I called it Shine On. Shine on, writer, have courage, shine your light. Pull out your deepest thoughts and don't be afraid to write. Don't be afraid to pen down silly or happy or serious lines. Others may not understand, but at least you will be out of your own confines. Spread your love, reveal your hurt, shine your cure as best as you can. Your fearlessness may be the medicine or remedy for another woman or man. Be confident, be smart, be resilient, and keep going. Never ever worry or think of stopping or slowing. Even if you don't see light in everything you do, keep writing. It will free you. It will make you, you. Of course, take a rest when needed to recharge and refuel your light. In the meantime, bring out your inner beauty and keep shining bright. Thank you. All right, and on that note, I'm going to end it. If you want to follow me on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, or Twitter, I am at Ron Mark Thompson. Mark with a C, Thompson without a P. I thank again Tim and Amy from Art in the Basin. Appreciate you guys.
Everybody, Ron Mark Thompson, RM, as we know him by. And just to, have him leave you with a thought, I wrote this down. Don't be afraid to write. That's our theme here at Art in the Basin.
Getting back into my game, like to writing more. I thank you.
Oh, no, fantastic. We aims to please. Well, let's see here. We have an open mic now. We have to get to. Let me see here. The only writer I see in the room right now who signed up is Eric Rosenbaum. We'll get to the Zoom people soon. Soon it'll be Zoom. Right. Or soon it will be Zoom. Almost. It's one of them slant rhymes.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, uh-oh. One second here. We're getting our technology together. What's that? Yeah, although I guess we'll have room for like a couple of people. There's some people on Zoom, but we can always work a couple people in. Let me turn you over to Amy Joy here. We want to give a couple more. We have a couple room for a couple, right? What is this? Not sure what this is. Something that's compostable. Right here.
Okay, sorry.
Wow.
Moving the microphone here. Now, you had this on Zoom, right? Okay, because Zoom has a little button that says in the top right corner, musician thing. If it's off, then probably you will not hear my harmonica. Yeah,
Your attention here.
okay, first of all, okay, there.
Just move.
All right. Let's see what happens.
Where?
There's usually something that says about musicians, but I don't see it, so
Audio settings, I do.
yes.
And then, but it's a two-step. And you see where it says off,
Turn it
turn it
on.
on.
Yay! Okay, it's wonderful to be here. Just in case anybody who's watching this does not know what Ron Marc has done for all of us here during the pandemic, Ron Marc was the one who provided the Zoom, which enabled many of us to continue our writing. I see Judy shaking her head yes, and where many of us are indebted to him. And it's so good to see that he's gotten back on the horse and is performing again. So those of you who were here a while ago actually heard me do this very same song and said, what is he doing this again? Well, being here helped me to figure out the next place I wanted to take it. It's a song called Don't Strain Your Brain, and it'll sound a bit different if you heard it before. Don't strain your brain, leave it alone. There's a better brain than yours right there on your phone. Keep your head on straight, what you trying to do. There are plenty of brains out there ready to think for you. Don't strain, don't strain, no, don't strain your brain. Don't strain your brain, give it a rest. Life is too short to make it a test. Go easy on your brain, give it some peace. There's too much noise going on there. You're going to lose your lease. Don't strain, no, don't strain. Don't strain your brain. Don't strain your brain, treat it like a friend. If you want it to keep working till the very end, don't make it work too hard to do. 'Cause if you overwork your brain, it might just walk out on you. Don't strain your brain. Thank you. By the way, the guitar is my son Jared. His group is called Hollow Howl. Check them out sometime. Yeah.
Hollow how?
All right. Well, there's the second bit of great advice you're going to get here tonight at Art in the Basin. Don't strain your brain. Don't be afraid to write, and don't strain your brain. And don't strain your brain while you're writing. Well, thank you, Eric. That's like that expanded. The heavy metal kind of background was nice touch. Last time we heard that. Let's move on with the open mic. We have perhaps, I believe, a newcomer. Please help me again with it's Tanari. Okay, everybody, please welcome Tanari.
Hello. Hi. I was just talking to my friends in the back about how I'm a burlesque performer, and this is my first ever open mic, and I'm somehow, thank you. I'm more nervous to do this than I am to take my clothes off in front of a room of people. So I just want to prelude with that. I am going to read a short, maybe a little bit of burlesque. I am going to start with a short poem, and then I will read you a short story that I have. It's like a 2-minute story. All right, the first one is Your Soul is Showing. Excuse me. Your soul is showing. You might want to tuck that up, stuff it up, shut it up. You're making everyone comfortable with your vulnerability, with your sensitivity, filling us with pity for the one who can't hide it as well as the rest of us. Ignore it like the rest of us. Allow it to rot away like the rest of us. Put that shit away before you get us thinking about our own that we forgot long ago. Okay. And this is a story called The Woman and Her Ghost. There is a ghost in my home. He appears at the door as I sob on the bed. I can never see him because as soon as I turn to face him, he vanishes. I am keenly aware of his presence at all times, lurking behind me as I lay, as I eat, bathe, weep. I know who he is well. We have done this dance so many times before. I fear he knows me in a way I will never know myself. He has the advantage of never being within my grasp, but I have the upper hand of a prickle on the back of my neck every time he is present. We are linked through some sorrow that will not allow us to let each other go. For the fear of being truly alone is too much for either of us to bear. I feel his sorrow overpowering my own. I know that when the waves of pain overcome me, it is not my pain alone that crashes down. I recognize my pain as a cascade down my back from my throat, causing my spine to coil in the fetal position. It lashes me over and over this way until it ultimately subsides. His pain hits me from the front. It is icy, jagged, and it spackles my arms and thighs, filling every pore of my skin with a cool dread that seeps deeper and deeper until it finds its way through my bloodstream, into my heart, and pools there. I know it is his and not mine, because he lives with this regret that is foreign to me. My source of sorrow is not regret, but rather the agony of accepting that I have done all I can, yet my everything was not enough. The ghost is plagued by shame and remorse, while I, his mirror, am afflicted by every emotion to an equal and opposite degree. We roam the rooms of this home together in a great degree of pain. We are shackled to one another by this pain that has no root, no reason. The connection is as strong as the pain that binds us to this place, binds us to each other. If only it were possible to traverse the dimensions that separates us. We are alone, yet so close we mourn, experiencing the same pain in the same house with the same name. I know we share a name because he told me in a dream. I remember nothing but his eyes and a whisper of a name that I recognized as my own, but I knew was not being used to address me. To be so connected to a stranger is a brutality. It is violent. If only I could ask him what he yearns for. Maybe then I may free myself from this haunting that keeps me in my home, paralyzed by the thought that if I leave, upon my return, he will be gone. I will be free from his sorrow, but alone in mine. My initial reaction would be relief. I would finally be liberated from this creature, this stalker, this sad boy who I know so well, and yet is still a stranger who hides himself. But I know the relief will abruptly be replaced with the madness of losing my companion in grief. I would search for him desperately, wondering to where he may have gone, whose home is he haunting now, and why is it not mine? He was just here. I felt him everywhere. Who will share this burden with me now? And I will be struck with the realization that I am truly alone, that I will live on in solitude, knowing that a ghost was in my home, one who stood by me as I allowed the waves of grief to consume me, who watched as I allowed my body to consume itself as sadness replaced every meal, who felt my pain to such a degree that he could not bring himself to face me. A future I hope for, but fear nonetheless. At the present moment, there is a ghost in my home. I know his name, but not his face. We pass right by each other, my skin prickling when he comes near, while he remains just out of reach.
All right, thank you so much. Man, hard to believe that, sorry, I have to turn this a little bit. Hard to believe it's your first open mic. Thank you so much. I hope you do come out again. We're here every other Tuesday, by the way. I should maybe put in a bit or two here before we move on. Every other Tuesday, except for this month, and well, last month, and July and August. But generally speaking, we're here every other Tuesday at Monomore Coffee and Wine, 234 West 238th Street in the Bronx, New York. This is being live streamed on YouTube, so hopefully people out in YouTube land are enjoying this, and people here, you can go back and watch it again if you care to. And let me just throw in our social media handles. We're Art in the Basin on YouTube. We have a YouTube channel, Art in the Basin. Art in the Basin on Instagram, and of course, AITB-Art in the Basin on Facebook. Now, let's finish up the open mic with people here in the room with another long-term friend of ours that's been with us for a long time and has read here almost as many times, I think, as Ron Marc, Miss Fly Vida.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. It's such a pleasure to be here with you today. I'm going to make this short and sweet. I thank Monomore for having us. I thank Art in the Basin for hosting us. I will be reading from a long time coming re-release of my second collection, The Fly Life. This is The Fly Life Uncaged. And my cousin Vanessa, who passed away earlier last month, I received the blessing from her sister to release this book on her birthday, March 13th. So this is for you, Vanessa, and I love you, and we miss you. This poem, I'll read this one piece, but this is called Autoeunoia. Eunoia is the feeling of goodwill from the audience to the speaker. And I wanted to explore when we feel that sense of goodwill toward ourselves. Upon first light on the horizon, discourse in the macrocosm rooted in the value of our ability to make change when we break a $5 bill, when there is a deficit. Inattention paid to the intention of goodwill from speaker to audience, when they are one in the same. I can see your soul peering through your iris, even though the world has you convinced you should disguise it. You don't need to hunt for it alone. We, retiring the mask that hides our own. Bohemia, an artist's paradise. Perhaps the world has taught you that this is a kingdom for the fools. But that is inception on our end, because we knew we were fools from the moment we began. And I speak not of seeing ourselves in each other's resemblance as seedlings from the same Punnet's plot from the Eden of the unorthodox. We were fools because we let ourselves be convinced that we were unacceptable. So we asphyxiated our inscapes as they gasped for understanding and drowned in our distractions to keep us busy enough to forget who we were. But even over the din, they said Bohemia is dead, but do they know the revelry that happens between we and the shadows of the streetlights when the world doesn't have us staring down the barrel of expectations and prescribed destinations. Stand by me. Count to 3. Dance with me to victory. I don't care if you want to waltz with me. I can call you Matilda. O si prefieres salsa, te puedo llamar Maria. If you feel eager to revolve in perpetual steps, our progress, or casually lead, rhythm and jive move breezily, as if it was what you do on the daily. It better be. I implore you, there is a deficit. Purge your innate propensity, inattention paid to speak harshly to yourself, goodwill from speaker to audience, and dissolve your habit. They are one and the same of diminishing your own greatness. This is the first step in a revolution. The eunoia that has the tendency to sound unfavorably is in all reality deliciously ours. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Fly Vida, everyone, for that moving piece of work. We've heard a lot of moving piece of works tonight here in the room, but it is now time to switch to Zoom. So give us 1 second to fix the technology. We'll get Susan, who I believe is on, and then we will have the Elegant Ivory Duo. Is it ready?
Wait. Okay.
Susan, are you there?
Yes, I'm I actually wasn't going to read tonight because it's been one of those weeks where you have to spend a lot of time sleeping. I had to, I'll just give you a little thing and then I'll ignite.
Awesome.
I had to perform on Zoom in a probate courtroom on Monday at noon for my sister. And I have great legal skills, which I acquired representing myself when I was taken to court. But I can't represent my sister anymore. I've been doing it since I was born. And so I've been sleeping a lot and comfortable with no longer representing my sister, and did some good writing this morning. But then I had to go to sleep again, and it took me a while to find my way here electronically tonight. So I'm just really appreciating what's going on here. It was wonderful to see Ron. I haven't seen him in so long. We go back many, many years, and it was great. Fly Vida was wonderful. The young woman whose name I don't remember, but who shared her story about her ghost was wonderful. And so I'm just very thankful to Tim and Emma Joy for giving us all connection to each other.
Thank you, Susan. Is the Elegant Ivory Duo ready for us?
Oh, yes.
We're doing it through Elizabeth's mic.
Yeah, hi. Okay, hold on one second. I gotta turn off. Let me see that. I have to do this.
Which, oh, there you are.
Now let me make sure this is set up right. I'm gonna use this camera now. Yes, it's wonderful to see and hear so much great talent here tonight. Yes, it's wonderful to see and hear so much great talent here tonight. We are going to do
We're going to do something for Valentine's Day since that part of the calendar on AITB sort of got canceled. But nevertheless, we're happy to do it. This is a pretty old song. And, we're known as the Elegant Ivory Orchestra in some company. And that's because Elizabeth will be playing lots of instruments, but you'll have to use your imagination for that a little bit. So this is an old song.
Yep. Let me quickly get my my music too. You need that. Okay. Let me quickly set up here. Hold on. Okay. 1 quick second. Let me just. Okay. Okay, you ready? John? Okay. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, go. Oh, ain't she sweet? See her walking down that street. Yes, I ask you very confidentially, ain't she sweet? Oh, ain't she nice? Look her over once or twice. Yes, I ask you very confidentially, ain't she nice? Just cast your eye in her direction. Oh me, oh my, ain't that perfection? Yeah, baby. Sure thing. Just cast an eye in her direction. Oh me, oh my, ain't that perfection? I repeat, well, don't you think that's kinda neat? Yes, I ask you very confidentially, ain't she sweet? He sure is. Thank you. Thank you. That's always fun to do. Do your sound things, John.
Back alive here. That was about 97 years old, that song now.
I don't know. Can we hear everybody?
I guess we can't hear anybody.
Let me see. There we go.
I don't hear anybody.
You don't hear anybody. Okay, we can't really hear any. Okay, now we can hear people, I think. Okay.
No, we can't.
No, we can't. Yes, we can. Somebody say something. I cannot hear you.
Amy's talking, we don't hear anything.
Uh-oh. We cannot hear you. Oh, dear.
I think that has to be on, right? Yeah, there we are. We're live again in the room. Thank you so much, Elegant Ivory Duo. Really love that piece. Love you guys as always. Thank you so much for coming out. And thank everybody here tonight for coming out to Art in the Basin, the March 2025 edition. We'll be back again next month. What's the first date? Where'd she go? Oh, she's over here. April Fool's Day, right? April 1st, we will be back. So bring your best April Fool's poetry. Like always, when we conclude these readings at Art in the Basin, we do what I call the benediction. It's some words from Amy Joy that we've been asking in recent years for the featured readers to take part and read. So I will, turn it over to Azure and Ron Marc, both, I guess. They will. I don't know. Okay.
So I think you're doing the count off and I'm reading the poem.
Okay.
All right, this is Amy Joy's collection, The
Woo!
Purest Kind.
Yay!
Thank you so much to Amy Joy and Tim for letting me do my first feature alongside Ron Marc, and to Mona Moore for hosting us. Here we go. Lead love. Love at the helm, take me to an unseen realm. In it I'll dwell under sacred spell, waving until your gaze sets still. Love, lead the way.
Okay. So do I just say the lovely the way or let lovely? So everyone repeat after me. Let love lead. Thank you, everyone. It was all right.
Thank you, Ron Marc, Azure. Such a pleasure. All right. That was Ron Marc and Azure. You guys can find Ron Marc on Instagram, on Facebook. He is everywhere, right? He also has Bronx Art Fun Hub, correct? So keep an eye out for his programs as well. Azure, you can check her. You could find her at Spine Dival Library. She is there keeping us knowledgeable. Okay, so on that note, I will close off. If you are here with me in 2025, by the way, thank you everyone who performed. You were awesome. My condolences to Miss Flyvita and her family. But if you're here with me in 2025, those 3 words are great. Let love lead, right? Might as well. But put yourself at the helm. You are the captain of your life. So you want to lead with love and, lead and let that love in and out. But say with me, we are going to let love lead. En toi. En deux, toi. Let love lead. But we're going to put lead first. So lead, let love. Okay? Sorry, I did it all wrong today. That means it's all right. All right, so en toi, okay? Lead, let love. En deux, toi. Lead, let love. That's right. Lead with love and let that love in and out. Thank you for being here. We love you. We appreciate your encouragement. Till next time. Ciao.